Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Chair Yoga. My name is Melissa, and today I'll be guiding you through a 30-minute class. So as we come into our class today, just remember to listen to your body. If any stretches aren't working for you, you can always skip them, come out and modify. And just listen to your body and have fun with the class. So as we start today, let's start in a seated position. We'll just find a nice, comfy seated pose. So you may want to sit more towards the edge of your seat. That's going to help you to elongate your spine. And we'll just close our eyes and drop into a little bit of mindfulness for a moment. And you may want to sit more towards the edge of your seat. Sometimes as you sit to the edge of your seat, it helps to elongate the spine. It helps to engage the core a little bit more. And then just feeling your feet planted on the ground. Feel that the knees are in line with your hips and the knees are in line with your heels. And then also feel that the shoulders are over the hips. We don't want to be leaning forward or back too much. And then feel the core engaged. We feel the tailbone tuck, navel back and up to the spine slightly. And then create that long line that flows through the spine. Lengthen the back of the neck, reach and stretch through the crown of the head. And then we'll begin to drop in and connect to the rise and the fall with the breath. And then lengthening your breath as you inhale and lengthening your breath as you exhale. And maybe encouraging your exhale to be a little bit longer than your inhale. And then for a moment, just noticing the 4 parts of the breath. We often think of the breath as just one part. We'll notice the inhale, the space, the pause, the exhale, and the space, the pause. And then noticing how each breath so freely flows one into the next. Without any thought, the breath moves seamlessly and the breath flows continuously one into the next. And setting an intention for class today if you'd like. So that can just kind of be a desire or a goal for class. And that could be to be more relaxed. You have a little tension to release that. So there's no right, there's no wrong. Intention can be whatever you would like it to be. Let's begin to circle the head. So imagining that there is a clock in front of us and the clock is lined with numbers. We're just going to begin to run our nose through the numbers of the clock. So this will just help to gently warm the neck up, get the circulation and get the blood flowing in your body. And then begin to circle in the other direction. And then as you circle in the other direction, just noticing, does this feel more natural? This might feel kind of a little unnatural if this isn't your natural movement pattern. And then let's begin to come to a neutral neck. We're going to soften our right hand down, so just kind of letting that be weighted and dangling down. Left hand reaches up and over, reach for the right side of your head. Lengthen and soften your left ear to your left shoulder. And then breathe here. And try to breathe into that neck opening, inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Come back to a neutral neck. We're going to let the left hand relax down, right hand up and over, full breath to lengthen, right ear to right shoulder. And then just trying not to move with force here, just a nice gentle suggestion, a nice softening. And then releasing, let's come back to neutral. And again, we're gonna relax that hand down, letting it dangle. And then this time, left arm up and over. We'll try a side stretch for the spine, nice lateral stretch. And rolling your left shoulder back, right shoulder rolling under, and feel that the heart is shining up to the sky. Come back on through. We're gonna realign, left hand lowers and right hand lifts. And try to feel grounded in the right sitting bone. It's kind of easy to roll up and kind of feel yourself leaning. So try to press down, create your even connection through both sides of your body. Let's come back on up. We're gonna find a neutral spine here. Drawing your hands into prayer at heart space, chin to your chest. We'll round the back body. And then let's open up those hands. We're gonna open up the heart and the chest. And you can kind of relax that head back too, get a little neck release. Chin to your chest, rounding, heart floats forward. And then we're just gonna move to the rise and the fall of the breath. Lengthening your breath as you inhale. Lengthening your breath as you exhale. As you inhale, letting your shoulders relax from your ears. We'll create a little space here between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on the exhale, round your back body and imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Let's begin to find a neutral spine here. We're going to send those hands up, take a nice full breath, and release your hands off to the right. So your left hand can move onto your right knee, and then your right hand can reach for the chair behind you just to help you move a little deeper into this one. As you inhale, feel your spine lengthen, and as you exhale, let your twist deepen a little bit more. Come on up to neutral. Hands will reset, full breath here, and release your hands to the left. And maybe gazing off your left shoulder and just seeing if that helps you move a little bit deeper into your twist. And let's come back to neutral. We're going to take our hands up to the sky, take a nice deep full breath in here. Right hand relaxes down your back, and then left hand will draw you into the stretch. Try to feel that the spine is straight. You don't want to be rounding here. Try to open your chest and open up the heart. Let's take those hands back on up, full breath, left hand down, right hand guides you into the stretch. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Just try to create a little space here. And releasing those hands down. Let's take our feet nice and wide. So on this one, I like to use a chair that doesn't have arms. So if you have a chair like that close by, you can grab it. And then if not, you can just kind of work around it. Get a little creative. So you may want to scoot more towards the edge of your seat, almost like you're going to kind of fall right off. And then we're just going to do a little windshield wiping of the knees side to side. So just a little rock to the right and a little rock to the left. And this one is awesome for legs and hips and the low back. Let's drop our legs to the left. And then we're just going to kind of spin here. So we want to try to create 90-degree angle on the legs. We're going to just line up this leg for 90-degree angle. And then relax this leg to 90-degree angle. And breathing. And you can always hold on to the back of your chair if you need to. And option to stay right here. You may want to take your hands up to the sky if you'd like. And this is a variation of a knee down warrior. Let's feel that the arms are active. Feel the arms from your ears. Fingers are active. Reach and stretch out through your fingertips. Hands can relax down, and then option to try to straighten out that back leg, working with a variation of crescent. And then this one is a great hip flexor and psoas stretch. Love this one. And then again, hold onto your chair if you would like. And then if you'd like a little more stretch, you can reach those hands right on up to the sky. Let's breathe here. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. We'll try to create a little space here between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. I'm going to gently relax the hands. We'll do a little reset on the legs. And let's come back to center, doing that little windshield wiping of knees to the right and to the left. Releasing those legs off towards the right. Shift a little bit. Create those 90-degree angles. Hold on to your chair if you would like, and maybe reach your hands up if you'd like. And try to square your hips and your shoulders forward. We want to encourage our left shoulder forward, our left hip forward, right shoulder back, and then right hip back a little bit. Grab onto your chair if you need it. Let's try to straighten out that back leg. Look at that nice hip flexor and psoas stretch. Also really good quad stretch. Hold onto your chair. Maybe draw your hands up if you'd like. Breathing here. Try to breathe into the stomach, ribs and chest. And then releasing from your chest, ribs, and the stomach. You can gently relax the hands down. We'll do a little reset here. Feet can come a little wider than the hips, and then we'll just windshield wipe the knees to the right and to the left. This flow is really great. I find that when I'm sitting a lot, the legs just get super fatigued. So this is great for releasing that tension. Let's do a little reset here. We're going to take those feet together or feet in line with your hips. You may want to just lift those hips up just so you can readjust. We are going to take our right leg over the left leg. Do a little crossing here, maybe readjust once again. Lengthen your spine and fold yourself down. You can relax your arms down, let them kind of hang down towards the ground. Close your eyes for a moment. And so this is our seated fold, and the seated fold is really great for back. So letting go of that back tension can be really good for your hamstrings. And if you're holding tension in your neck, just try to relax that tension. Let your head hang heavy. Let's begin to release. We're going to come back on up to a neutral spine. Right foot plants, left leg lifts. Maybe shifting to realign here, lengthen your spine and fold forward. This is also really good for the stomach too. It gives a little pressure for the stomach, for the organs, and can really help with digestion. Maybe close your eyes here. Try to relax your eyebrows, relax your jaw. And just scanning your body, letting go of tension where you may be holding on to it. Let's begin to come back on up. We're going to find a neutral spine. We can do a little reset for our legs. And let's sweep our hands right on up. We're going to just touch the index fingers and the thumb comes together and then releasing them down. Full breath in, reach up, stretch up. And release. Let's take that one 5 more times. As your hands relax, let's reach for the back of the chair. So you can just grab right up the back of the chair, or you can take your hands onto your low back, and we're going to work a little bit with the back bend here. So for this one, you can just kind of press your chest forward and you can relax your head back, or you can take your chin to your chest, and then we'll breathe here. We're going to breathe into our low back, mid back, and upper back bend. Breathe into the opening through the chest and through your heart. And then gently releasing out of that one. Let's come back to neutral. We're going to release with a shoulder roll. Take a full breath in and take a full breath out. Reach for the edges of your seat and we'll work with the triceps. We'll do some tricep dips. So I'm sure your chair is locked, but if it's not, make sure that you're locked so you're not rolling around. And make sure you feel nice and stable in the chair too. You can always change it out for something a little more sturdy. So you're going to hold right onto the sides of the chair. We're going to let our hips come off of the chair. Let your hips lower down and rise on up. So as you do this movement, have your elbows moving to the back of the room. Almost imagine that you could squeeze a ball between the elbows. So you just want to keep those elbows moving in towards one another. And you can make this one as easy or as challenging as you'd like. So more challenge, those hips are gonna come almost down towards the ground. You're gonna have a super deep bend in your elbows. And making that one a little bit easier, just a tiny bend in the elbows and just lowering those hips just a teeny tiny bit. You can always pause and you can always stop if you'd like. Let's release that one. We're gonna take our hips back onto our chair. We're gonna release with a shoulder roll. Take a nice full breath in and take a nice full breath out. Palms are gonna come together. Fingers will interlock and then circle out through your wrist. And then begin to circle in the other direction. Right hand extends out in front. Fingertips are going to point up. And let's begin to draw the fingertips back. Feel that the arm is super active. Press out through the crease in your elbow and out through the palm of the hand. And then letting your hand relax. And then we're just going to press right into the top of the hand for a moment. This one is great for kind of releasing all of those little muscles that we use when we're typing and texting. And releasing. Let's float that left hand out in front. Fingertips can pull back. Arms super active, engaged. And relaxing. Let's take that nice release for the arm. And letting that one go. Shake out your wrist. Shake out any tension that you might be holding onto. Let's create some circles here. So we're just going to begin to circle the hands up towards the sky. And then we're going to reverse those circles, and then we'll release our wrist down to about the legs. And then we're going to float back on up. And as you create this movement, just knowing that there's no right, there's no wrong way to move, just kind of flowing with your breath and releasing tension with each breath. And then once those hands relax down, we can give those wrists a little bit of a shake up. Hands are going to come right out in front. Let's take our hands right in line with our wrists. We're going to create some fists here and then reach and stretch out through your fingertips. Imagine that you're going to press your hands into a wall. Create fists. Reach and stretch out. Fists. Reach and stretch out. And then flowing here at your own pace. And feel that your core is engaged. We don't want to be rounding the back body. And make sure that you're breathing. So easy to hold the breath. Keep your breath moving in. Keep your breath moving out. This one I think is a little harder than it looks. It looks a little easy, but can definitely build a little heat. And let's release that one. We can shake out those wrists with any tension. And let's come on up. We'll get a nice little stretch for our body in standing. So as we begin, let's take our feet a little wider than the hips. We're just going to sweep our arms side to side. This brings us into empty coat sleeves, a nice little release for our body. And then gently letting that one go. Let's try a warrior three pose. So for this one, you can bring your hands onto your hips, but you can always hold onto your chair if you need to. Right leg's going to begin to float behind you. So you're just going to send that leg back, and we'll try a balance pose. So for this one, you don't have to lift the leg really high. It might just be lifted an inch or two. But if you are feeling like your balance is on your side today, you could try to encourage your body into a T shape, a capital T. So imagine there's a line that flows from your left heel to your left hip, and then a line from your right heel to the crown of your head. Let's begin to release. We're going to float that right leg back to center, and then left leg sweeps back when you're ready. And just trying to find one spot to focus on, one spot to focus your concentration and to focus your awareness. Gently release. We're going to do a little reset on our feet. Arms are going to sweep side to side, so one arm on top and then the opposite arm will be on top. And then we're just gonna kind of let the arms slap on the back body a little bit. Gives a nice little massage to those muscles in the back and the shoulders. Let's come to stillness here. We're gonna reach our hands up and we're just gonna take our left hand and reach for the right wrist. So take a full breath here. Take your left hand, reach for your right wrist, and then we're just gonna do a little cross in the legs. We're gonna take that right foot to the left, the legs are crossed. Lengthen your spine and then let your left hand pull your right hand to the left side of the room. Coming to a nice stretch for the spine. So imagine that you could create some space between your ribs. We really want to expand through the ribs, expanding through the lungs. Full breath in, full breath out. Come back to neutral. We'll realign here. Change up the grip in the hands. Lengthen and release to the right. And almost create a little sensation that that right hand could pull your left hand to the right. So just moving you deeper into the stretch. I'm going to release. You're going to come back to neutral. Hands will reset, feet will reset. And we're going to try that on the other side. Hands are going to reach up. And then right hand reaches for your left wrist. And then your left foot to the right. Lengthen and release to the right. Try to feel your left hip pressing off to the left side of the room and just seeing if that helps you move a little deeper into the side stretch. I'm going to come back to neutral, realign, lengthen, change up the grip in the hand, release to your left. And feeling really grounded in both of your feet. So you don't want to be pressing firmly in one foot and then lighter in the other. So create that nice even connection here. Come back to neutral. We'll do a little reset on the hands, reset for our feet, and fingers will interlock. We're going to take our palms together, lengthen your spine. Maybe imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. We're going to hinge at the hips and then fold down. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders and just noticing if that helps you move a little bit deeper into your shoulder stretch. Gently relaxing your hands down onto your low back. Hands can relax down towards the ground. And then we're just going to flow on up through the spine, just coming up one vertebrae at a time. Once we come to stand, let's take a shoulder roll. We'll take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let's grab onto our chair for a moment. So I'm just going to spin that so that I have a little bit more space. And we're going to just take a breath here. We're going to hinge at the hips and fold down. So you can just grab onto the seat of your chair. And then we're just going to shake our legs out a little bit. You're just going to bend one knee and bend the other knee. And then maybe relax your head here, spin down. So just kind of shake out any tension here. So this is a variation of a forward fold, but it's nice to have that chair support just in case you can't reach down to the ground. Coming to stillness here, we're going to work with a standing cat and dog stretch. So we're going to lower our stomach, lifting up through the heart. Let your tailbone lower, crown of your head lowers, and then we're just going to move with our breath for a moment. Again, lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, letting your shoulders relax from your ears. Try to create that space between the ears and the shoulders. To the shoulder blades, moving down your back. And then on the exhale, really rounding your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Let's come to a lowering of the stomach and a lifting of the heart. And then we're just going to round our spine and core engage this to come on up. We're going to take a nice full breath in to rise on up. Hands are going to sweep the sky into prayer. And then hands are going to come to your heart space. We're going to work a little bit with a mini sun salutation A. So just a nice little flowing movement. Hands are going to reach up. We're going to take a full breath here. We're going to hinge at the hips. We're going to fold down to our chair. Take a breath here. We're going to lower our stomach. We're going to lift our heart. Little rounding of the spine. And then as you round, we're going to come back on up to stand. Hands are going to reach and stretch to the sky. And then hands are going to move to the heart as you breathe in. Awesome. Let's try that again. Hands are going to reach up. Take a full breath in. We're going to fold ourselves forward. Hinge at the hip. Lower your stomach. Lift your heart. And then rounding through the spine. Let's come back on up to stand. Full breath in, reach and stretch up, and hands at your heart space. Let's take one more. So good to get that circulation and blood flowing. Hands reach up and fold it down. Let's lower the stomach, lift through the heart, a little rounding of the spine, core engages to come on up. Nice full breath in and full breath out. Let's come into a balance. We'll do a little more work with those legs strengthening. Let's lift our right leg up for tree. So if you have shoes on and they're really easy to kick off, you can always kick your shoes off. If they're not so easy, just don't bring your foot right on the leg. You can just bring it anywhere that feels comfy there. And hands can stay at prayer at heart. You may want to reach those hands up if you'd like. And just finding that spot to focus on. Try to feel really grounded in your left side. Press firmly through the inside, through the outside. And then notice your body's natural tendency. If you tend to roll in, maybe tend to roll to the outside of the foot. Hands can relax. Right foot takes a little release down. And then left foot lifts on up when you're ready. Maybe kick that shoe off. And you can always use the hands to readjust the foot too. If you wanted to take that foot a bit higher, you can always do that. Maybe the hands reach up. And relaxing your shoulders from your ears. Try to create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. I'm going to gently release that one. Hands reset. Do a little reset on your feet. And we're just going to shake it out. Shake out any tension here. Give a little shake to the wrist. You can shake out the legs. And let's come on back to seated when you're ready. And as you come back into seated, we're just going to set up just how we began our class together. So you can sit right at the edge of your seat. Have your heels in line with your knees. Knees in line with your hips. Shoulders are over your hips. Let's take 3 shoulder rolls here. Draw your shoulders up, back, and down. Full breath in and out. One more time. And then letting the shoulders relax. Let your eyes close. Drop into your breath and your body. And as you breathe here, just taking a moment to notice how you feel. Observe your mind, your body in the moment. Feeling the mind relax, calm at ease. Feeling the body aligned and balanced. If you came to class with tension, just feeling how that has released with breath and with movement. Letting the eyes open when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful day, a great weekend, and I will see you next class. Take care.
Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.